The Islamic Golden Age in the 8th to 14th century was a wonderful time in the Middle East in the midst of Europe's struggle in the Dark Ages. One of the reasons for this was how no one cared what religion you believed in. They all had the common practice of science and mathematics. The Islamic Golden Age was a period of equality, where ideas and progress were valued above appearance and religion. The Abbasid Caliphate was the dynasty that started the Islamic Golden Age. The capital city was built by them in a prime location for trade with nearby countries. This city is now known as Baghdad. Here, one of, if not the most important building in the nation was the House of Wisdom. Jews, Christians, and Muslims all set aside their differences and worked together under this same roof. It was purposed as a housing for translation of ideas into different languages, such as Greek. Many different inventions and foundational ideas were created in this age. This is far different from the Middle East many Western people think they know. Nowadays, when the Middle East is brought up, Americans may think mainly of terrorism. Why is that? The simple but sad answer is the media. American opinions are commonly generated through what they see in the news. Let's see what some online sources have to say about the Middle East. That's it. BBC first. Deadly flash floods. Murder tapes. Cat mummies. Can Iran survive sanctions? Hey, at least this one looks promising. Wait, no, never mind. How about CNN? Nope. Hey, wait, finally, one! Okay, one. Total of one so far. No. Where are the articles on how 200 different stars bear the name of Muslim astronomers? Or Qatar, a Muslim-led organization, has discovered 6 new exoplanets? Or how 24 of the moon's craters were named after Muslim scientists and astronomers? Even now, the debt-to-GDP ratio of Iran, the best of the Middle East, is only 13.4%. This means that with the 13.4% of the money that Iran inherits in a year, they could pay off all of their debt. The United States, on the other hand, had a GDP of 76.5% at the same period of the previous statement, but now is over 100. In other words, if the United States focused only on their debt and nothing else for an entire year, they still would not be able to pay off America's national debt. Anyways, back to the past. The advancements made in mathematics, for example, huge. They created algebra, specifically concerning triangles and circles, and even though it was mainly used to track movements of stars and other astronomical purposes, people today use it all the time in computers. Where do you think the zero came from? That principle was also created during the Islamic Golden Age. Where would binary code be without that zero? Just ones? One particular invention that revolutionized motion, 2C couple. It allowed for the conversion of rotational motion to linear motion, or vice versa. Without this, we wouldn't have been able to create steam engines, which is one main thing. Pistons. In cars, pistons are a rod that is pushed to compress air together, create a small explosion, be pushed back, and then repeat. Each time the linear rod is pushed forwards and backwards, it rotates an axle in the wheels of a car. I don't think that they could have done nearly as much if the different religions were fighting each other. A terrible thing that happened is how a large portion of discoveries and advancements made were completely destroyed when the Islamic Golden Age came to an end. Considering the small fraction left over for modern medicine, optics, mathematics, internships technically, and more, that information was most likely priceless. It is disappointing that the Muslim people haven't received nearly enough gratitude and still deserve. Now, thanks to the media, they are looked upon with pity and fear. Of course, some things covered by the media may be true, but that isn't the real problem. The problem is that the media has diminished the importance of how Muslims and instead focus on how the tiny portion of radical Islamists or terrorists are destroyed. Even though it is impossible to completely understand the struggles that Muslims face, Western countries at the very least must acknowledge the pain endured, not of impoverishment, but in neglect. America in particular should be able to emphasize with at least the time period of the Islamic Gold America is like the Islamic Golden Age in how many different cultures, even those that may be known to normally hate each other, can live together to work in harmony. If we understand the true nature of the people of Islam, we as a people can understand and accept as true that the Middle East is not as underdeveloped as the media portrays, but at least was a place that put ideas above belief. If we don't, then hatred towards the entire Muslim populace will only stay and grow. This racism has blinded Americans to the point where they lash out with nothing more than the facts of the media.